Hello, and welcome to News at Ryder. I'm Patrick Barrar.
And I'm Rakia Henderson. And now for the top stories of the week.
Vice presidential candidates Dick Cheney and Joe Lieberman opened their only nationally televised debate Thursday night, vowing to eschew personal attacks, and kept that promise in a generally low-key discussion of their tickets policy differences. The candidates, seated with Bernard Shaw at a round table, met at Center College before 1,100 people, and a television audience expected to be far smaller than the estimated 46 million people who watched Tuesday's Bush-Gore debate.
President Slobodan Milosevic's 10 years of authoritarian rule crumbled Thursday as hundreds and thousands of protesters overran the Capitol and stormed Parliament as police abandoned their post. And one of the biggest blows to Milosevic, Yugoslavia's state-run news service said it recognized opposition leader Vojislav Kostunica as the nation's president. The army, Milosevic's power base, did nothing to intervene.
Israeli and Palestinian soldiers engaged in gun battles just hours after the announcement of a ceasefire aimed at ending a week of violence in the West Bank and Gaza Strip that has killed 69 people. The death toll rose again when a Palestinian man was shot dead in the chest when, according to witnesses, he was trying to rip down an Israeli flag from a military post at Netzarim Strip Junction.
In Washington, a Colorado couple used genetic tests to create a test tube baby that would have the exact type of cells desperately needed to save their 6-year-old daughter. This is the first time a couple was known to have screened their embryos before implanting one in the mother's womb. The procedure is both a promising and worrisome harbinger of where scientific advances are taking human reproduction in the near future.
After years of debate, Congress recently moved closer to adopting a national standard to determine whether a driver is drunk. 19 states already use the .08 standard, while most other states set a blood alcohol level of 0.10% as their legal definition of drunkenness. Under the compromise, states that do not adopt the .08 blood alcohol standard would lose a predetermined portion of their federal highway funds in future years.
On Tuesday, in Ravenna, Ohio, police found the body of a missing pregnant woman, buried in a shallow grave with her abdomen cut open and the baby removed. Teresa Andrews, who was 9 months pregnant, disappeared last Wednesday. The baby boy was found unhurt inside the nearby home of Michelle Bicca, 39, who police said took the infant. Officials said Bicca shot herself to death as police arrived to question her.
When we return, there's trouble in rock and roll paradise for rock band Oasis.
And Matt Damon and Ben Affleck may be looking to hire you.
I didn't think I had that much to drink. I thought I could drive. They didn't deserve this. Now I have to live with the hate from their families, disappointment of my family. Worst of all, guilt for the rest of my life. If you think drunk driving only affects your life, think again. It affects everyone that's close to you. Don't drink and drive.
Oasis frontman Liam Gallagher, 28, and Angels and Insects star Patsy Kensit, 32, are ending their marriage of 3 years. On September 19th, the judge granted an undefended decree nisi, a British court ruling that represents the first legal step towards a divorce. It is undecided what will happen to their 1-year-old son, Lennon.
Are you a writer? Do you have a screenplay you want to be considered for a movie? Well, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are looking for a hot script from someone outside the Hollywood network, and they've set up a contest on the internet to track it down. The winner will receive $1 million budget to direct the script for Miramax. Damon and Affleck will executive produce. So if you're looking for your 15 minutes of fame, send your work to www.projectgreenlight.com.
Brian Edwin Smith was found dead in his home on September 22nd in Freiburg, Maine. Smith was driving the van that struck author Stephen King on a main road last year. Many of the injuries King is still recovering from. A medical examiner said the autopsy on the body found no physical trauma, but cause of death will be determined pending toxicology tests. After the break, see how Ryder employees and students put on their work faces to build a local family a new home.
Take a look at this new computer lab in the Fine Arts Building. We'll have the story when we get back.
He told me that he loved me, and I believed him. And he told me nothing would happen if we had unsafe sex, and I believed him. And now he wants nothing to do with me or my baby.
Right. Well, just tell Susan to run those over here, okay? Thank you. Hey, what's the matter with you?
I was up all night last night working on this presentation for the CEO. I don't think I'm gonna get that job promotion I wanted. And to top it all off, I heard we're not getting Christmas bonuses. Could really use a pick-me-up.
Water! Woo!
You are now free to move about the country.
Habitat for Humanity recently visited Ryder's campus, and the outcome was constructive. Here's Alexandra Lazio with the story.
Habitat for Humanity came to Ryder's campus on Saturday, September 16th. The project proved to be an overwhelming success. Rider University President Bart Ludicky was impressed by the organization of the event.
It looks to me like they just did a great job of planning, and that's what you need for an event like this. I think it's going to be fun to see the end result and see a family that has, a home that's really nice for them when this is all finished.
Originally proposed as a Greek event, growing popularity spread throughout the Rider and Westminster campuses. Along with the donated $7,000 worth of material, Home Depot employees were on hand to oversee and guide construction.
We got about 12 of our carpenters from all over the area that worked for us in different stores, and we came down and we just helped teach these students how to frame a house, basically.
This is the 55th house the Trenton chapter has built since its conception in 1986. A shared feeling of community and volunteerism pervaded the crowd.
I think there's a growing volunteerism. I think we went through a period of time where it wasn't as strong, and that's really coming back now. And I think the real key to volunteerism, I think it's always kind of there, but sometimes people just don't know how to manifest it. And when you give them a concrete project like this and you provide them with the supplies and all the things they need, they're willing to give the time. And I think we're just sort of opening up that possibility, and people have come out. Big crowds, really great.
Many agree on the success of the project and hope to continue it in the future.
We can do more things like this. I think we benefit not only as a community here at Rider, but as a community here in Lawrence Township and as a community in whole.
This is Alexandra Alazio reporting.
Christmas at Westminster, one of the highlights of the region's holiday performance seasons, has traditionally been a sellout. In order to attend the festive programs, members of the Rider community will once again have the opportunity to purchase tickets for these popular events before ticket sales open to the general public, Saturday, October 28th, between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. in Williamson Hall Lounge on the Westminster campus. The Westminster Concerts office will sell approximately 1/3 of the tickets for each performance. For more information about all Westminster performances, please call the Westminster Concerts office at 921-7100, extension 308.
Rider swimming and diving coach Brian Gordon made his 4th trip to the Olympics. A former swimmer for the Bronx, Gordon again served as a member of the NBC production staff. Gordon's chief responsibility was coordinating information and acting as a clearinghouse for technical information used in the broadcast. He conducted interviews of swimmers and coaches, putting together the editing. He also worked closely with NBC announcers Dan Hicks, Jim Gray, and former gold medal winning Olympian Rowdy Gaines.
The Communications Department recently upgraded Rider's Journalism Lab. Stephanie Farina has the story.
This summer, the Communication Department Journalism Lab was brought to a higher level of technology with new computers. The lab was also refurbished.
We're always trying to keep this place cutting edge. And so we're really fortunate to have the latest generation of Macintosh computers in here. And I think that students will really notice a difference in the speed and performance.
The computers are much higher capacity than what we had previously, so that they're able to do much more complicated processes. We can do much more high-end graphic manipulation. We can start to get into things like animation and that type of thing.
With the new technology comes many benefits. However, the number of students in a class will be affected.
The administration felt that if we added 3 more computers to the lab, we could accommodate more students, which is certainly true. In one way, it's not a real advantage because it means we spend less time with each student, but it certainly is true that more students can get the classes they need.
The new technology has been in place since September and has already accommodated more students. The ability of this cutting-edge technology is sure to give students practical experience with equipment that is already being used in the workforce today. Reporting from the J-Lab, I'm Stephanie Farina.
Thanks, Stephanie. The atrocities of the Civil War in her native Sierra Leone has deepened Rider University senior May Marie Nuyaba's resolve to help refugees from around the world. Fleeing from her homeland and receiving political asylum in September of 1999, Nuyaba, a sociology major, now resides with her aunt, uncle, and grandmother in Hamilton Square. She juggles her studies at Rider with an internship, working 30 hours a week as a resettlement assistant refugee caseworker at the Trenton-based Lutheran Social Ministries of New Jersey. That wraps up local news. When we return, Rebecca Horn will have the sports.
Wanna gamble? Let's try poker. Sucker. How about some blackjack? Wow, you lost again. If you're someone who constantly gambles everything, you know what you'll be left with? Nothing. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call Gamblers Anonymous and get the help you need.
Gross. Luckily, your mom got us this new detergent Electrosol.
Tabs?
Yeah, she says they work really well.
Even on pots and pans?
I guess so.
Okay, well, let's give it a try.
Place the unwrapped tablet in the detergent dispenser and close. Then run the dishwasher as you normally would.
Wow, these are even cleaner than before the guys dirtied them up. Well, they do say moms always know best.
No mess, no measuring, no waste. Electrosol tabs, the next dimension of clean.
And now to Rebecca with sports. So Rebecca, how does our wrestling season look this year?
Looks like it's going to be a really exciting one, Rukia. Wow. The Rider University wrestling team has high expectations for this season. The team begins the 2000-2001 season with 4 individuals ranked among the top 20 in the nation: senior Sean Scannell, senior Mark DeFrancisco, junior Gerald Limongelli, and sophomore PJ Sergent. The Rider University Department of Athletics will induct 4 new members into its Hall of Fame February 3, 2001. George Pudgy Malone, class of 1950, who played soccer and baseball at Rider in the late 1940s. Margaret Madge Walsh, class of 1985, who earned second-team All-Conference honors as a senior on the Rider basketball team. Jack Schwitzler, class of 1993, who was the first swimmer at Rider to win 4 East Coast Conference championships. And finally, Kevin Bannon, who took the Rider basketball program to the NCAA championship tournament for 2 consecutive seasons. And lastly, to women's soccer. I recently visited the Lady Bronx to talk to them about their season and found that expectations were running high. With fall and the new school year upon us, we all know that it's soccer season again. Here at Rider, the women's soccer team has a new look to it, as head coach Peggy Matthews illustrates.
I think we're a little deeper this year. I think we have some more bodies, and we're a little healthier this year than we were at this point last year. So other than that, a lot of returning players, but a lot of freshmen. We have 7 freshmen that came in this year, so they're complementing each other very well.
There's plenty of action on the field, as senior player Christy Doherty mentions where she hopes to be at the end of the season.
And we're working hard as a team. We started off a little slow, but we're still in the hunt for the MAC, and that's our ultimate goal. I mean, out-of-conference games, it's nice to win, but in the end, we ultimately want to end up in Fairfield in November.
So come out and support the Rider women's soccer team and help them achieve their goal.
Looks like they're pretty psyched about their season.
Yeah, they sure are. They're out there working hard, and they're trying to win as many games as they can.
Great. Well, thanks for watching, and remember to tune in every week for News at Rider.